Hi, my name is Philecia. I am here with House of Lashes. We are going to be doing a makeup look today in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You can also see me on Instagram at Philecia.
And hi, my name is Lucky. I am a professional makeup artist based here in LA and Orange County, and I am here with Philecia today helping with the makeup look. And you can find me on my page at Makeup by Lucky on Instagram. So first we're going to start with skin prep, and I know Philecia has told me when patients are going through chemotherapy, their skin tends to be more dehydrated.
Yeah.
And is there any other concerns or skin concerns you've experienced?
Some of the concerns that I had during chemo is hyperpigmentation and cystic breakouts, but it definitely is very dehydrated.
We are going to make sure to hydrate and moisturize her skin, especially anywhere skin is thin. It's going to be a little bit more sensitive. So I'm going to start off with just toner, and you're not sensitive or allergic to any ingredients since your chemo.
Not that I know of.
Okay, perfect. So we'll just get started. When did you start experiencing your skin changes?
I think that I started noticing the changes probably about 3 months into my treatment. Chemo is just dehydrating to begin with, and I started noticing definitely around my nose and my mouth area I was getting like a dry rash, and I had to have both my ovaries removed to prevent ovarian cancer and to also stop the production of estrogen in my body because that is something that triggers my cancer. When I did that, I was thrown into menopause, and that just changed everything. My hormones were completely out of whack, and I just started noticing really bad cystic breakouts. And with the breakouts, even after they would disappear, I noticed marks on my skin, like a hyperpigmentation, and they were taking longer to recover, and just started noticing a whole bunch of different issues.
So you had to change up your skincare products definitely with that as well.
Yes, everything I knew before chemo doesn't work for me now or didn't work for me during chemo. So it's been a lot of trial and error trying to decide what is going to work with me, what makes it worse, and it's been a lot.
And I know definitely not just with your skin, but your lips are much more dehydrated.
Yeah.
So what is important for that is a very good hydrating lip balm. So when you're looking for a very good lip balm, you can use any brand that you feel is good for you, but one ingredient I suggest avoiding is petroleum and petrolatum. And the reason why is those ingredients don't really hydrate your skin. It kind of just sits on your lips. So it's a good lip balm just to keep you hydrated. And also, skin around your eyes are a little thinner and they are much more sensitive, so we're going to hydrate Philecia's under eyes just with any under eye gel pads you find. How do those feel?
That feels nice. They're cooling.
So especially with going through treatment and just your energy levels are so different, most patients going through chemo or cancer survivors, they're very tired, so this is going to help rejuvenate your under eye skin area.
Get those bags out of here and make me not look so tired.
I call them designer bags.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm just going to make sure to press in your moisturizer just to help hydrate.
Okay, I never thought to do that. So is this something you normally do? So you put on the moisturizer and let it sit and then press it in?
Yeah, just to kind of like make sure it kind of goes in. Sometimes moisturizer sits on our skin a little bit to before it hydrates, so I'm kind of just speeding up the process.
Oh, that's good to know.
So after you discovered you had breast cancer and going through chemo, what did you change up with your makeup? What routines?
I would say I've never been a huge makeup person. I've always been very lucky in modeling that I get amazing makeup artists to do all that for me. But it was definitely something that I wanted to get better at because, I lost all my hair. I had no eyebrows, no eyelashes.
And you got your eyebrows microbladed.
I did. Number one tip, before you start chemo, get your eyebrows microbladed. It is a lifesaver. When you have no eyelashes, no hair, you're a sweaty mess, you are just not feeling well, at least your eyebrows look good. And it just gave me, like, when you wear a beanie or a hat, like, no one notices. Or if you have a wig on, no one knows that you don't have eyebrows. I actually get this question all the time while I was going through it. They were like, how did your eyebrows stay on? Like, they're microbladed.
Yeah. So not all cancer patients are lucky enough to be approved by their doctors to even get microblading, whether it's before or after chemotherapy, for many health reasons. So since Philecia does have microblading, we do have a great guide. So I'm just going to fill powder right over her brows. And we're going to go with your natural hair color.
My new natural hair color. This was not the hair color that I had before chemo, so I'm definitely learning in a new palette until I feel like my hair is healthy enough to maybe go back to blonde, but trying to learn how to do a brunette face look.
So since her hair is like an ashy brown, we're going to just keep it pretty natural and match her hair color so it doesn't, it's not too contrasted.
It was a lifesaver through everything, through the hot flashes, the sweating, just being in the bed, being hooked up to the IVs and chemo. Like, I still felt good about myself, and that I was still somewhat human, because you really feel not human while you're going through all this. You just feel like a pincushion that's just, okay, next appointment, okay, like just trying to survive every day. So just to wake up and feel pretty was huge. So that is my number one beauty tip for any cancer patient is go talk to your doctor first and make sure that your immune system is healthy enough to handle it. And before you get your first round of chemo, go get your eyebrows done. Lifesaver.
Yeah. So I know you mentioned that you didn't really have to do your makeup much before because you always had like makeup artists doing your makeup. How about now? Do you feel like you like to play with makeup more?
Yeah, I will still admit that I am not the best. I understand makeup and the techniques, but it just does not translate when I try to do it. But I definitely have been wanting to do it more with my new haircut. I've always had really long blonde hair. I've never had this short of hair before. So I'm always trying to figure out ways to feel more comfortable in my own skin. And I go on Pinterest and I look at girls with short hair and see their fierce makeup or their, especially like lipsticks. And so I'm trying to play more and figure out how to be better at makeup, because it does make you feel a little bit better when you feel put together. When I still don't feel comfortable in my new body. Like, I feel like everything about me has changed. So playing with makeup and finding easy ways for me, like I'm a very like tinted moisturizer, eyeliner, like bottom mascara and bronzer probably all in the wrong places, but it makes me feel good. So
there's no right or wrong way to do makeup. I feel like playing around, like that's the beauty of makeup. You get to play around and just find what you like.
That's awesome. I've definitely had fun trying to figure out my new look right now, because I feel like I'm always changing. My weight's fluctuating, my skin's changing, my hair's changing. I'm hoping for a couple more inches and get to do a really cool, messy look. So, and I definitely want to go back to blonde. I like the dark look, but I don't know. I want to feel like myself again, I think. So, I mean, we all know lashes are everything. Brows and lashes are everything. They're game changers. Lashes in general, strip lashes, individuals, everything, just, they make you feel better about yourself.
So now the next step, I am doing foundation on Philecia. So you want to find something more fluid-like, more liquidy, because anything heavier will just kind of settle into dry skin and show all the fine lines and all your pores. So that's what we're doing. And we're just doing a light coverage for an everyday look.
Perfect.
And you mentioned that you simplified your makeup much more. And was your goal with that because if some days you just don't have the energy to do it, at least your steps are more simple?
I definitely simplified it just to make it easier on myself on the days that I'm not feeling good, or some days you have so many appointments that you can't even keep your head straight, so you don't, have a lot of time to think about the way that you look. So on my daily basis, like my most minimal, I will just throw on a tinted moisturizer, a swipe of bronzer just to kind of give myself a glowy look, and then bottom mascara and chapstick. That's my daily.
And then what I'm doing now is I'm applying, not many people do, but I'm applying foundation on her eyelids. Sometimes there's discoloration. Our eyelid skin is so thin, so any veins or any kind of discoloration will show more there. And sometimes the discoloration is what makes us look tired, hence under eye bags or anything. Okay. So I'm also applying foundation just to have your skin be kind of like one tone.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. another tip.
So with hyperpigmentation, where did you notice you were getting hyperpigmentation? Was it from acne scars because you were breaking out, or were they just discoloration that started showing up on your skin? What did you experience?
For me, it was a combination of both. Definitely during chemo, I noticed a lot of discoloration on my forehead. The dry rash I would get around my nose and my mouth was staying red for a lot longer. And when I would have a breakout, the acne scars would last a lot longer. And I use those awesome little acne patches.
Oh, I've seen those.
Game changer. Love them.
They're
amazing.
Little like ingredients in each little dot.
Yes.
Right?
So you put them on and they like absorb all the gunk out of your blemish,
Yeah.
and then you literally take it off and it's like flat and it's no longer like a cystic acne. And I
wish
would
we
go
had
through
that
like
back in high school.
you know, your body flushes through so much medication when you're going through cancer that it comes out like your body's trying to get rid of that.
The toxins.
Yeah, it's just purging everything, and no matter what I did, I was just getting breakouts. And so it's been really hard to deal with the leftover scars and the hyperpigmentation, and you know, hopefully someday I'll be back to like the good looking glowy skin, but for right now the makeup's been helping a ton.
Right. So to help with that, in addition to, you know, concealing where you need to, any discoloration or any blemishes, what I like to do over foundation is kind of bring brightness into the center of the face. That just helps with the, you know, with that awake look that we are going for. What I like to use is just like a lighter foundation right in the center of the face. That also brings like a nice glow. So, is there anything post-chemo with your skin and your body? I'm sure you went through so many changes. Was there anything that really stood out to you or surprised you?
Yeah. This is something they don't put in the handbook, but I actually grew black whiskers all along like my cheekbones. Like they didn't get like long, but they were like little stubble. It kind of looked like my face was dirty.
Right.
And I freaked out. I was like, no, that's no. I'm like going through my packets and I'm like calling my doctor. I'm like, I have facial hair, like not the normal like fuzz, but like black whiskers. And for some reason,
Were they long?
No, they were just teeny tiny little ones. Like you could kind of feel them, and it almost looked like I just had like dirt on my face. And there was only, I think, maybe 5 on each side. And it's actually something that happens to a lot of cancer patients when your hormones are trying to balance out and the chemo is coming out of your body. And I read that after 6 weeks they fall out, and less than a month later they fell out and they never came back.
Oh wow.
But
that would have freaked me out also.
I was like, yeah, so I don't have hair here.
Yeah.
I have no lashes.
You're like, you kind of grew back in the wrong spot.
I'm like, can you go up here and not down here?
Yeah.
This whole thing is something that we did not ask for, so I'm all about being open and sharing my experience with other patients, because that was something I wish someone would have told me.
Yeah.
Because I about had a heart attack. I was like, great, so I have no hair on my head, I have no eyelashes, but I have whiskers on my face. Fantastic.
So I'm going to do a little extra step here, and I'm actually going to use highlighter. So I know we're going for a more natural look, but you can still make highlighter look natural. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Oh, okay.
But if it's crazy, that's fun too.
Whatever you're feeling for the day.
Yeah. So since her skin has been more dry, I feel like making her skin a little brighter, adding a little glow is going to give the illusion that it's hydrated, that, you know, you've been in the sun and, you know, not dull and dry.
Do you prefer liquid or over, because I know there's powder highlighter too.
So I love liquid highlighters because it kind of melts into your skin and gives that more natural look.
Okay.
And then powder I use as well at the very end as like a finishing touch. So my next step is bronzer, and there's so many different types of bronzers, and the reason why I'm adding some bronzer to your skin is just to add, again, that like sun-kissed look that, you know, you just came from vacation, you had like 10 hours of sleep, and you woke up like this.
I want 10 hours of sleep.
So, and that's what we're doing. We're kind of just adding a little bit more definition to the face, a little bit more glow, a little bit more bronze, and where I'm placing it is just right, you know, kind of the perimeter of your face. Nothing too crazy, you know, right where your cheekbones are. And if you want to go, kind of chisel the jawline a little bit.
I've seen people do that, but I'm nervous about that. I'm like, I'm gonna look like I have a beard.
So,
which would match my whiskers, but I don't want that. That are no longer there. They're gone. Don't worry. I've seen the girls do like those really heavy contour lines with like the highlight and the contour and I think like the new thing they do is the dots all over their face.
oh, that freaks me out.
And I just don't understand. I'm like, okay, you have all these dots on your face and then it comes out absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I would still look like Connect 4 if I tried doing that. I just don't understand. Like,
So my next step is blush. After adding, sun-kissed bronzer to her skin, we want to bring back her, natural flesh tone, and that's what we do with blush. And I'm just using liquid blush. You don't have to, but I like to. It kind of helps with the natural glow. Reason why I'm using more liquid versus powder is because her skin was more dry, and we don't want to add more on top of the dryness with powder. So liquid kind of helps hydrate everything.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and with blush, you kind of just add a little bit to the tops of the cheeks. That looks a little crazy right now, but once you blend it out, it looks really natural.
I was going to ask that, how do you make it, like, if you mess up and put too
Yeah.
much?
Yeah, so if there's always too much with liquid, you can just always blend it out with a little bit foundation. Add a little bit foundation over it, and it just, makes everything a little bit more natural. So now you see that her skin has not only dimension, but, it looks sun-kissed, it looks glowy, it looks youthful, and that's the look we're going for, just very awake. So our next step is we're just going to set everything with powder.
And do you recommend, like, the tapping motion that you're doing, or just, like, a sweep over, or?
Yeah, so the reason why I like to tap as opposed to sweep, female or male, we all have facial hair. They're very light, it can be a little invisible, but when you kind of sweep, you move all of your facial hairs in different directions, and then sometimes it enhances it more.
Oh, okay.
So instead of enhancing, the very light facial hairs or peach fuzz that we have, we just kind of tap.
Learn something new every day.
Perfect. So this is pretty much, a complete look if you don't want to go forward with eye makeup, but we're going to add a little eye makeup.
Yay!
So you can stop here for like a more natural, everyday look, or if, you're going to work, but I just want to add a little bit more. Just going to add a little shimmer right in the center of your lids. With highlight, we add a little bit highlight. I want to open up her eyes just a little bit more and bring that sun-kissed glow. So what I like to do is I just like to add a little bit of a light shimmer right in this like inner corner of your eyes. Have you look up for me? Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but it does open up your eyes just a little bit. And then you can look at the camera. Perfect. Okay, so next up we're gonna play with lashes. So you already have beautiful lash extensions.
I do.
So how do you feel about bottom lashes?
I've never tried them, but I'm really excited.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll try and we'll see. We'll see how it looks like. Okay, so here we have House of Lashes bottom lashes, and these are in the style Precious. And I always like to use tweezers to apply my lashes. I always say I have chunky fingers, and I love their scissor and tweezer set.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and most people forget that they do have to trim lashes to fit their eyes, and they wonder why it fits funny. So make sure you do measure and trim your lashes. Just want to give it like a quick few seconds to kind of get tacky.
Does that help it stick?
It helps it stick more, especially when you're dealing with under eyes. Like, you don't want to have it too slippery because you don't want to accidentally poke your eye with it. So as long as you get it right at where it's sticky and tacky, it will stick right on. And I like to just bring it right under your natural lash line, as close as you can get. So now the bottom lashes are on. How do they feel?
They feel great. I think this would have been a really good option when I didn't have any eyelashes to put top lashes and bottom lashes on, because I have done a full face of makeup and I kind of just left my under eye blank.
Yeah.
I did a tiny bit of shadow, but nothing like what you did, but they feel great. I don't feel them on my eyelashes, and I think it'd be great for if you're wanting like a little bit more to your makeup, or kind of feel a little bit
Just
more
a little bit more
normal,
Yeah.
I guess you could say. They feel great.
So it's definitely, an extra step, but they're fun to play around with. You can definitely stop at just eyeshadows if you want a softer look. But like you said, if you want a little bit more oomph, they're fun to play. They're a little tricky, but with this glue, it's so easy because it sticks right on. And then, so I'm gonna complete her look now with just a little bit more powder bronzer. And again, same kind of placement we went. Just gonna touch over the perimeter, your face. Now that we add a little bit more lashes, there's a little bit more drama. Just gonna add a little bit more bronzer. You're definitely ready to go out now.
Yay!
And our look is complete. Now we just have lips. What kind of lip color do you usually like to wear?
I'm a chapstick kind of person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do a lot. So, and I have a hard time finding a nude that works for me. So,
Yeah.
whatever you think.
Okay, so
Very easy.
So now I'm just lining the lips, getting it ready for a lip color. Something more natural, so like a soft pinky nude. Especially when she's not used to wearing too much lip color anyways, I want to keep it pretty natural. And when choosing out your lipstick, you want to go for a more creamy lip color, since her lips do tend to be a little bit more dry. So I would avoid any like lip stains or liquid lips that are, tend to be a little bit more drying. Unless you find a formula that's pretty hydrating, then that's awesome. So this is our finished look. We kind of, upgraded our daytime look to more of a going out look, especially with the lashes. They're really fun and they definitely do add a little bit more oomph to your look. But this is our complete look, so thank you so much, Philecia, for trusting me and having me here with you today. And thank you to House of Lashes for everything.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been a great day of learning new tips and tricks and some nighttime look and some lashes you can use if you don't have lashes, your own lashes from your treatment. That this would be a great alternative to make yourself feel a little more dressed up. Thank you so much, Lucky, for the beautiful makeup. In the next segment, we're going to talk about my story, where I started and where I am now.